Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Hopefully you're all having amazing creative days. So today we're going to be taking a look at this Neewer FL10 LED light for photography and videography. And speaking of creativity, this light should help you add a little bit of creativity to your product photography, headshots, YouTube thumbnails, things like that. But what makes this thing interesting is that it's a gobo, and usually gobo lights are big and they're hot. You can't even touch them without a glove because they get so hot they're projecting light onto something. But this is a nice portable gobo. You can put this in your pocket, you can put it in your camera bag and take it with you. So Neewer gives you all these cutouts. They give you 20 cutouts, which is awesome. Usually gobos only come with like 4 or 5. Let's say we want to do a product with this, we have 4 different colors to choose from, and we can do some like interesting product photography. We can shoot some thumbnails for YouTube, just add some visual interest to something, just to make it look a little interesting, so that when we pop these images up on the social media or YouTube thumbnails or whatever, we just get people to stop and look for just a second. And you know what? That's really what it's all about as a content creator. You want people to stop and look at what you're creating, because that's the whole point of creating content. Yeah, in this video, we're going to be reviewing this little gobo light by Neewer. So Neewer reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review this light, so I'm reviewing this light on behalf of Neewer. But as always, this is a completely independent review, and Neewer does not get to watch this video before I publish it. Let's take a look at what you get in the box. You get a light. Neewer generously gives you 20 cutouts, which is absolutely awesome for shaping your light. You have a lot of creative options here. And also just want to mention that you could probably go to an arts and crafts shop and just get a little disc of plastic and make your own cutouts too, if you really want something unique. You get a rubber mount for the cutouts, you get a USB cable for charging your light, an instruction manual, and lastly you get a pouch that's big enough to fit just the light and none of the accessories. Alright, so let's talk about the features of this light. So the first time you put it in your hand, you'll notice it feels like a premium light, and it's heavy. It is all aluminum, the whole body, the handle, the barrel, the hood. It's all solid aluminum, which is pretty crazy for a $50 LED light here. Okay, so this whole light is operated by this button dial. So you hold it down for a second, it turns green, spin it to the right, and it turns on. And if you keep turning to the right, you hit maximum power, which is 10 watts. If you turn it to the left, the light will start dimming. So you have a little bit of control over your light. The other thing here is you have a USB-C port for charging the light. So you can plug the light into a power bank or mains power, and you plug it in, and the LED turns red. And yes, you can use the light while it's plugged into power, which is an awesome feature. So if you're on the go and you're shooting somewhere outdoors, you don't have to keep running and charging this and then using it and running back and forth. You can just plug it into a battery bank in your backpack, and there you go. And another nice thing about this light is you have 1/4-20 screw mounts on either side of the light and the back, so you can mount this light onto a little stand, a little stick. You can put it on top of your camera if you want. If you have a camera cage, you're going to have lots of options for mounting this. You can even put a tripod plate on this and mount it to a tripod. So yeah, that is pretty cool. All right, and now for the start of the show, you get these cutouts which fit into this little silicone housing here, and you can project these shapes of light onto your subject matter, your headshots, your product shots, whatever the case may be. And I'm going to take photos of all of these, and it'll be on my blog. So if you want to see all of these, definitely check out the blog linked in the description. But you get 20 of them, which is pretty awesome, especially this one. I mean, if you're doing a Valentine's Day shoot, Valentine's Day is coming up, you can project some hearts onto something for your client. Now, in terms of installing this, it's pretty easy. You just slip it into this little track, pop it into the thing, and there you go. Now you just stick it onto the light, and you're good to go. And right now I've got some window light coming in and some studio light, so it's not too bright. Ideally, you want to shoot this in a dark environment. That way the color pops more. All right, so we have the light set to full power. And the first test I wanted to do here was to see if this light would shine on a black background. Obviously, it's going to shine on a white wall, no problem. It's reflective. But how does it look on a black backdrop? And you know what? That's pretty good. That is pretty good. And if we move further away, obviously it's going to get dimmer and bigger. And we're filming this whole video here on the iPhone 16 Pro Max because I figure whoever's going to be buying this light is probably going to be filming with an iPhone. This is more of like a content creator kind of light. All right, so for our next scientific test here, we have a 200-watt video light here shining just in the top of the frame, and then we have sort of the shadow, the fall off down below. And I wanted to see how this little Gobo light handles. And you know what? Look at that. It's still pretty visible. And if we move over to the black, all right, so here we're losing it a little bit because of the intensity of this light up here. We're kind of losing the power here, so it's not looking as bright on the blacks, but it's still showing up on the whites. And see on the black, oh yeah, that orange is almost gone. Red doesn't show up too much. Blue a little bit, and white is kind of gone. Okay, so now obviously I'm going to take this light and I'm going to shine it right here in the center of the frame, and more than likely we won't see much of the Gobo light. Okay, we got a little bit of red shining through, a little bit of blue, white, orange, and on the black, it's pretty much gone at this point. We just have a little bit of a color wash, but not really usable. Okay, so the one thing we've learned in all this testing is if you're going to use this light, you probably want to use it in a situation that's kind of dimly lit. All right, now I have the light mounted on top of the iPhone, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's what we're doing, and we're going to Saturn. All right, so let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm looking at it here on a little Bluetooth monitor, and the feed from the iPhone looks good. Looks like we can definitely create some interesting shapes in the background. If you're a content creator, TikToker, YouTuber, or something like that, you can do a little something cool. And because this light can plug into a battery, you don't have to worry about its running out of power. So let's try all the different colors. So this is just pure white. Okay, looks pretty good. And obviously we're seeing a part of the light here in frame. It is what it is, but you can, get a riser or mount it somewhere else. So that's the white light. Now we're on orange light, and we're on full power, by the way. And I'm going a little blind looking into this light here, but yeah, it works. You get some, I guess, if we move the light off to the side, we'll get a more pronounced shadow. And then the last one is the red. Now I can't see because I'm a little bit blinded by that light, but it looks like this red washes out the skin tones. I look like I'm flat red. All right, let's try an experiment with the light mounted off to the side and see what that looks like. All right, so now we're doing a 2-light setup. We have a blue LED light. You can see my face is kind of blue, and it's just smearing the whole wall in a nice blue, and it's a soft blue light. And then we have the Gobo here to the left projecting that Saturn image onto the wall. Now the trick is, if you're doing a 2-light setup, is you want your main light or key light to be brighter than the fill light. So that's why we can see the red. If I increase the power on the blue light, it would wash out the red. So light balancing is important. So yeah, look at this. It's kind of cool, right? So we have the Gobo projecting something onto me. We have the blue LED creating a nice blue backdrop, so we can create some interesting effects. And there we go, a 2-light setup, and it doesn't look half bad. And this is all with the iPhone too. Obviously, if you're shooting with a camera with a bigger sensor that performs better in low light, you'll probably get better image fidelity. But I wanted to keep this video all shot with the iPhone just because this is a light probably targeted towards content creators. All right, is this light worth the money? Is the value for money here? And at first glance, you might think, hey, 50 bucks for a 10-watt LED light? Definitely not worth it. But think about it like this. What is it that us photographers and videographers really want? We want to attract clients, right? That's how we make money. And we want to create a portfolio that differentiates us from our competition. And this light gives you the ability to do that. We have a Gobo light that's small, portable, pocketable, so you can do run and gun photo shoots, video shoots on the fly somewhere and create some really interesting visuals. For example, let's say you're doing a headshot session with somebody, you got an 85mm f1.2, you open up the aperture to f1.2, that's big enough to allow 10 watts of light to light up your subject matter. Plus at f1.2, you got a nice creamy bokeh-licious background, and you can use this light to create some really interesting and unique images, get creative shots for your client, which is awesome. Also, I mean, while I'm talking about it, you can probably 3D print their logo into one of these little cutouts, put it in the light, and maybe project their logo into the background, which would be a huge show-off move, right? Like, you would really impress your client with something like that, especially if they're the type of client who loves their logo, right? And boom. So now you've just made a client, you've made a client happy, they're gonna go tell their friends about it, and that's how you grow your business. So, and it all comes down to what you charge for a headshot session, right? So if you charge like $200, $300 for a headshot session and you use the light, you can pay it off in one shoot. So value for money, definitely there. Okay, now let's take a look at who this light is for. And this light is kind of in a unique position because it allows you to get creative with your portfolio on many different levels. So personally speaking, I think this light is for everybody. If you're a beginner, you're an amateur, advanced amateur, or professional, if you're all about getting creative shots and getting creative with lighting, this light definitely opens the door to some creative possibilities. So I think it appeals to a wide range of people. So yeah, in terms of who this light is for, I really think it's for everybody. And if you're interested in buying this light, Amazon links down in the description below. Thank you very much. If you click on those, they don't cost you anything more, but they definitely help out the channel. And thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions about the light, leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to get back to you. All right, peace out. I'll see you guys in the next video.